Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're well. Welcome back. Don't mind that. That's just my cell phone eating floor. But that is no big deal. Hope you're doing well. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the last 48 hours. We've made it through 26 days. The grounds of battle have been so real. The pain, the suffering, the trying to hit your opponent's block only to get every intercept you never wanted or sidestepped and comboed to oblivion. 5 hits in the block? Sounds like par for the course. It's been one of those seasons, but I know many of you, if you're watching this, you have a desired place you're trying to get to, and that's why you're here. So let's work it out. First things first, I'll let the point totals here at the top just so you can see the transition over the weekend. When I posted yesterday, I noted that some of them moved a significant amount, especially this kind of like Mysterium, Celestial Cutoff especially went up a lot, but then that's chilled out here over the last day. So kind of scope out your points, take a look at where that's at, and then we'll get into our averages and our projected cutoff. Take a look-see. So I switched up the format a little bit. I wanted to take a look at, hey, how are these averages shifting, right? So I'm shifting my math based on how points are coming in over time. So just looking at this final week, again, this is going to kind of reflect some of the increased totals, right? You see some of the earlier, hey, here's what the final week's doing. It's all kind of bumped up. But the nice thing is over the last day, it's been pretty level. So this is the math we're using that we're going to use for our final projections in how many points a day. We have our extrapolated cutoff. That just means, hey, if the average for the last 5 days holds the last 2, here's where that total will be. Now we know that many of the cutoffs are going to bump up a little bit, and that's where this projected cutoff, this is the minimum. It's been until now suggested. This is the minimum safe. And to be honest, if you really want to be safe, I would go basically 1 win beyond these numbers. That would lock in wherever you're at. But if you're right at these borders, if you're in between, maybe even the extrapolated and the projected, I personally suggest just holding. Wait to see how it looks. I myself have gone into the last day saying, okay, I've got 1 match to play if they catch up, and I either make it or I don't. Now you have your own approach, but what you don't want to do is get sucked into a vexation or a vortex of trying to get your points back after tilting. So all that yap aside, here's where I'm at. Minimum safe cutoffs. So first things first, gamma is like clockwork. 4 points a day, hasn't shifted in weeks, honestly. 120, 116 is where we're going to wind up. 120 is going to be safe. 124 should be very, very safe. Arcane, sitting at about 196 to 205. Again, that one's picked up a little bit over the last few days, but not enough to cause any real concern if you're trying to hit that target. Quantum bumped up about 0.5 point over the last couple days. You're looking at about between 250, 260. Again, if you want to go beyond that to solidify something, good to go. Your Q2, about 273 to 284. Your Q1, about 307 to 320. Here's where it's going to start bumping though. Mysterium. Okay, you see again that big Radiance difference between Quantum and Mysterium. Mysterium has popped up 1.5 points over the last couple days. Yesterday, it went up 9. So we're sitting more in that 9 range, right? And that's this math. So 347, you add another one on that, 364. That assumes, again, double productivity the last couple of days, right? It assumes that you're going to get about 17, 18 points a day. It gets you to 364. That means if you're at 370, 375, especially over 380, 380, I think you're more than safe. I think you've about locked it in, barring something incredible. M2, you know, it's kind of holding in that 10 points per day range. I don't think that there's going to be too much movement on M2. Will be between this 380, 400 number. M1, you'll see some more push as people kind of try to push toward this celestial range, right? Maybe get this last bit of Mysterium, but it's not worth many people's risk. Back to this celestial cutoff is where we're going to start to see the next grouping of big push over the next couple days. So it's jumped up a couple points. And like I noted, you know, we were about 10 points a day down in here, 10.7. And then between Saturday and Sunday went up 18. Between Sunday and today went up 12. So we're more in that 12 range. If the 12 runs out flat, you're looking at 494, right? That's just what that math is. If you want to be safe, assume double productivity the next 2 days. You're at about 520. I honestly, if it were me pushing for this, I'm looking at about 530 is where I want to be. If I get to 520 or beyond, I'm waiting to see how things look. So that way I don't catch myself in a bind. C5 and above have all slowed down significantly. I don't think there's going to be too much push in these ranges. I think people are just kind of semi-playing, but ultimately, you know, this meta has run its course. Again, it sucks trying to hit the block, sucks with all the draft stuff going on. It's not a incredible fight execution meta. It's a dependent on the AI, ban strategy, and draft meta. And so it just doesn't incentivize fun competition. I'm glad this is not the meta for the brawl. But yeah, here are my minimum safe cutoffs. Again, if you want to have a true safe cutoff, I would say add 1 win to any of these. Go up beyond it about 10, 15 points, and the odds of anyone catching you are basically nil. If you are here, you know, hit me with a question, hit me with a comment. I hope these have been valuable for you. Share them with your friends. And we're going to continue to hone this process in over the coming seasons. I hope your last of season grind goes well. I was planning on streaming today, but I've had to record this video more than once because my PC is trying to crash because it's so hot. So we may have to do a stream tomorrow morning. But no matter what, one way or another, we will get a stream out before this season ends. I got a little bit of pushing I want to do. I hope your push goes well. I wish you the best. And until next time, peace.